Here, coming to you from my office, which is also my car. I am the founder of Wise Woman Essentials, and I help women remember who they are. And why that's so important is because in this modern age, we get so busy, we get so distracted, and we often have our values kind of turned upside down based on the busyness of our life. So what I want to share with you today is if you're an empath or if you're a highly sensitive person, if you feel other people's emotions, if you find that your emotions become so overwhelming that you just don't know what to do with them, there are 3 things that you need to be doing every single morning as soon as you wake up to ensure that it's you that's running the show. Now, what do I mean by you? I mean the real you, not the person that is full of the demands, full of the experiences, full of other people's emotions. I mean just you. And if you don't know where you start and finish, how on earth are you going to know who you actually are? So here's what I suggest. The first thing you need to do as soon as you wake up is take yourself into a quiet space, whether it's indoors or outdoors, and I want you to sit down and get really comfortable sitting down with a back nice and straight. You might call it a meditation posture. Now, in this space, I want you to start to breathe deeply, closing your eyes, and then I want you to connect yourself to source, connect yourself to light, connect yourself to something higher than you. So whatever your frame of reference is, it could be God, spirit, universe, your higher self, could be any of these things. But I want you to connect yourself to the light first. Because once you're connected to the light, then you literally have untapped potential. So once you've connected yourself into the light, you're going to ask that you be completely cleansed through your aura. And what this is going to do is help to just release any energy attachments that actually don't serve you, that you no longer need. And you're going to find that your whole auric field will be completely clear. And you might see, sense, or feel this happening, and I want you to do this often, and you'll go deeper each time, or over the course of a few weeks or a few months, you'll get much better at it each time. So just go slowly, just with your intention, just say, I connect to the light, and see, sense, or feel it going all over you. I often say like it's cascading over you like a waterfall, cleansing your entire auric field. So that's the first thing, you're going to connect to the light. The next thing you're going to do, the second thing, is you're going to connect to earth energy. Now, this is really important because as an empath, we tend to live in the air element. We tend to have anxiety. We tend to worry a lot. We tend to have a lot of mind chatter going on. If you're not connected to earth energy, you're not grounded. And so I want you to then imagine that you're starting to connect to the earth. Now, a really simple visualization for this is to imagine that you're growing tree roots out of your tailbone or out of your feet. If you're sitting on a chair, it'll be out of your feet. If you're sitting on the floor or the ground, it'll be out of your tailbone. And just like a tree is strengthened and nourished by really strong, deep and wide tree roots, so will you be energetically as you send your energetic tree roots down into the earth, okay? This is really, really important. So spend a few minutes here. I often just set my timer on my phone for 10 minutes to do this because that way I can feel into it. I don't think I'm going to go too long, and I don't feel like I'm going to go too short and not really get the full benefit of time and space. So I want you to work into this. Imagine tree roots growing out of your tailbone or out of your feet, deep and wide, deep into the earth, and then see, sense, or feel the center of the earth, whatever that looks like for you. There's no right or wrong here. You might see a crystal at the center of the earth. You might see a big chunk of concrete. That's what I always see. Or you might see lava. So whatever it is, you're going to attach to whatever is at the center of the earth. And then you're going to ask earth energy, Mother Earth energy, to nourish and rejuvenate you. And you might even feel or sense that beautiful earth energy starting to rise up through those tree roots that you've energetically connected with, okay? So the more you do this, the more it'll feel good. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to then ask Archangel Michael, using his sword, to start cutting away any energy strands that you have created with other people that do not serve your highest and best purposes, that are draining you. Really important that you do this one first. And then you're going to ask Archangel Michael to cut away any energy strands that other people have created with you. Now, in this world where we are all connected on social media, you create energy strands with other people all the time, and they connect them with you. Because imagine if they're scrolling through your social media feed, they're having a connection with you. And if you are not set, if you are not within your own self, then they will connect really easily with you. Now, in going with this, you then ask for boundary right around you. I always like to use a bubble of clear light or a bubble of golden light, depending on what the day is. You might choose a different color. But if you imagine yourself sitting into a bubble, after you've cleared away those energy strands, you are going to then have an energetic protection, an intention, and a focus. So they're my 3 steps. First, connect yourself to the light and see it cascading all around you, cleansing your energy field. Then I want you to connect to Mother Earth and ground yourself so that you can actually become more centered and nourished and have your feet literally here on this earth plane rather than up in your head with all the stress and worry and taking on of other people's stuff. And then the third thing is, it's a double barrel thing. You're going to clear energy strands that you have created or other people have created with you, and then you're going to put a protective boundary over yourself. Now, I promise you, if you practice this as a ritual every single day, you will feel much more in control. You will know exactly when you're taking on other people's stuff, and you will feel much more confident about who you are in this world. Because a lot of empaths don't feel secure about who they are. You feel very like the world is a scary place, and the world is not a scary place. The world is amazing. As an empath, you were created and here on this earth to bring the light, to show people the light. So how can you do that if you are so bogged down with other people's energy? And if you're so bogged down with energy strands that do not serve you and are in fact draining you? So practice this often, every single morning without fail for at least 21 days. And I promise you'll have an incredible new habit that is actually a protective energy ritual that will strengthen you, and you'll know yourself so much better. Have a wonderful day, everyone.